40 minutes.
What's that? What did you say, Gareth?
I said, hello, Cheeky C.
Oh, hello, cheeky Gareth. This is Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Delighted to be joined this Sunday afternoon. It's been a lovely day. Mr. Gareth A. Davies, how are you, sir?
I've enjoyed the sun. I've been out on my bike, haven't had a chance to paddleboard. I shall be out on the seas tomorrow, though.
You like a bit
Uh,
of cold water therapy?
sorry?
You know, cold water therapy, it's quite in at the minute. Obviously, the seas are
Oh,
good.
oh no, I don't do that. No, I don't. I've got a hot tub, but I don't. No, I'm not brave enough to get in freezing cold water yet. But
You
I've
must
got my
fall
dry
in.
suit. Huh?
You must fall in, though.
Yeah, but I've got a dry suit.
Uh,
So you probably got about 40 minutes after you, or 20 minutes after you've fallen in the sea at the moment, but I intend not to fall in tomorrow. I've done the rivers at the moment. I did the rivers in the week. But it's been a very long season, the winter, and I've normally paddleboarded about 15 times by now, glad to be back on. I've been on the bike today though, and yeah, buying some new gear, and so it's all good, all good.
got a new microphone.
Is it crystal clear, baby?
It is crystal clear, Gareth.
It's good. I might even start running soon. I might have to challenge you and
Wow.
Eddie at 5K.
Oh, I'd like, mate, we need a Gareth A. Davies appearance at the Fight Day 5K. Anyway, we're on limited time. Let's get in.
Yeah,
And
we're always on borrowed time.
what a brilliant time to catch you, by the way.
Yeah.
We've just seen the announcement, and we will recap on last night's boxing. That can come afterwards, but it's literally just in. The weight classes have been announced. Now, we've been sort of going back and forth to Eddie and Frank, like, what's going on? Is this still going to be announced? And maybe they put themselves under it a little bit by saying that they would announce everything on Joshua and Ngannou. But we've got the clarification. All systems are go. Turkey Al Sheikh picked the heavyweight division. Frank Warren picking heavyweight and middleweight, and Eddie Hearn picking light heavyweight and featherweight. I'm excited. I'm thinking of matchups playing out in my head already. Gareth, talk to me.
Well, I mean, I think it's really great it's announced, as is that quote from His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh about potentially bringing an event to Wembley Stadium in September, or at least talking with Frank and Eddie about that. Good on him. And that'll send the naysayers running to the bushes. A lot of people will speculate, oh God, could that be Fury and Joshua at Wembley? But as I've said to you before, I think I said a week ago, I do see Joshua and Fury, if it happens, heading to Saudi Arabia. But who knows? I mean, there's so much going on. It's phenomenal at the moment. I mean, can I just say very quickly, well done, Dalton Smith last night and Sandy Ryan last night, first of all. Well done on those two winning up in Sheffield. Get the home fires burning as well. Yeah, it's brilliant. The great weight divisions. I'm not surprising that His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh picked the heavyweight division. Um, Goodness knows who that could be. Could that be? Oh, I don't know. Deontay Wilder and Francis Ngannou. Could it be Deontay Wilder and Zhili Zhang? Could it be Deontay Wilder and I think they're allowed to pick them, aren't they? They're allowed to sign them, Frank and Eddie. Could it be Zhili Zhang and Wilder? Could it be Agit Kabayel and Wilder? We understand Daniel Dubois might be fighting Hrgovic. It's not official yet, but if they are, brilliant fights. So many great things going on. Heavyweight, Frank's got 6 or 7, or hasn't he, of the top full 15 in the world. Moses Itauma is fighting on the Fury Usyk undercard, I think. So that rules him out. I'm gonna say Frank. God, I mean, he could go for so many. Parker, Zhang, Joyce, Dubois, um, Adelaide. Um, Goodness, who's it gonna be? I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue.
You mentioned the Dubois Hrgovic fight. Do you think it's somewhat likely that that lands on that card?
It might well do. I really don't know. I mean, I don't have any internals. Everyone's obviously been very tight-lipped about this. They want to announce it. I mean, that Zhang
Week, yeah.
uh, Zhang Wilder announcement was, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah. So
Well, I know it came from, but that's not what I was hearing.
BT put it out, or
No, I
TNT.
think it came from ESPN. I think it came
Okay,
from
but
my.
TNT reposted it. Now that was then taken down.
Yeah, well, there you go. Because it
I
wasn't.
think I was going to say, I think when Eddie and Frank were asked, they were a little bit like surprised by it.
Yeah, well, obviously, look, it's someone. You imagine that a manager or a promoter in the States or a trainer has said something to Mike Coppinger or ESPN. I don't know if it was Mike or said it to ESPN, but I think he broke it originally, or ESPN did. Um, and it's clearly not there yet because both Eddie and Frank weren't happy about it. And I imagine, as you know, that they like to do a triumvirate with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh and break it together, or they break it on Turki Al-Sheikh's social media platforms. And I wasn't hearing that was the fight that was being made. So who knows? That might yet get made. That they're probably just talking about it. But I'd like to see Wilder against. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say because someone else told me they might be fighting Wilder, and I'm not going to reveal it right now.
Okay, fine. Let me ask you then for the featherweight division. Now that was one that we discussed very recently. Obviously, Eddie has got the new world champion in Raymond Ford, and we know that Nick Ball has become a bit. Oh,
Totally. What a fight. What a fight. But also Lee Woods, Eddie Hearn's Lee Woods against Nick Ball. I've mentioned that fight
yeah,
before. I
right.
mean, obviously Lee is more a super feather.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think Lee. I
so,
feel like Lee's days are sort of done at 126.
yeah, but I think Nick would fight any of them. He's even said that to me. He'd fight Lee Wood. But Ray Ford, the Ford versus the Ball. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Nick should be a world champion right now by rights, in my view, and I think he's got a great chance against Ford. What a cracker of a fight that would be, though.
So Eddie said if the light heavyweight division gets picked, then he would put Craig Richards forward.
Yeah.
We know that it obviously has now been picked, and we're also hearing that Josh Buatsi and his fight with Anthony Yard is supposedly very close. That's what's come out today from Ben Shalom. But do you think
Well,
maybe
literally just come out.
yes? Do you think this? I mean, this what a time to get you, Gareth, because this is all literally just come
Yeah.
in.
Well, I think there's pressure on Ben Shalom to get, not necessarily on Ben, but I mean Frank's sitting pretty in a way. But if Anthony Yard, if he wants to put Anthony Yard against Craig Richards, then there's a cracker anyway that can be on that 5 versus 5 card. But if Anthony Yard's got another option of Joshua Buatsi in the summer, then that's tremendous as well. So. But I think they've got to get a hurry on and get that signed. Otherwise, Yard will be fighting Craig Richards in Saudi Arabia.
I suppose also from a fan's point of view. I mean, last night almost like not reignited a fire, but weirdly, obviously with the new channel being launched and everything, it was my first UK fight week that I'd attended this year, and seeing the crowd how it was, it's sort of I almost feel like it is in. Or I think everyone feels like, but now more so than ever, it is so important that we get these big domestic dust ups, and obviously Buatsi Yard is that.
Well, we saw it last week as well, by the way, with
So
Nathan Heene and Brad Pauls. What a fight! Nathan Heene winning the fight in the first half, really quite convincingly. Great boxing skills and physicality, and then an 8th and an 11th round from hell that he had to withstand against Brad Pauls, who came back and back and back. Those two will probably run it back at some point in the future. I thought Nathan just pipped it, but I'm not arguing with a split draw. I think that we always have great contests, all British contests, particularly for British belts. And I think it's a great time. I mean, there's a great heat under British boxing at the moment. And I did write a piece. I went to Parliament last week. I just want to mention this. The all-party parliamentary group looking to, under Imran Hussain MP, looking to put pressure on the government to include grassroots boxing and grassroots clubs. 150,000 participants in the country, 1,055 clubs, 5,000 coaches, literally volunteers. Boxing needs to be on the national sports strategy. And it needs to be funded properly. They're also calling on the major promoters. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Dillian White, all these guys have all boxed at grassroots boxing clubs. Moses Itauma, Fabio Wardley, all these guys, they've all come through grassroots clubs to begin with. They're great for reducing gang membership in very young teenagers in deprived communities, for mental health, for fitness, for kind of social capital, as the Dr. Deborah Jump, a criminologist who's doing her research reports for the APPG group at Portcullis House, has said. It's about social capital that underpins all the work of these guys. So let's get right under the grassroots as well, and let's support those guys as well. The amazing work that gets done. You know, every time you go in a grassroots community boxing club, you meet someone, a man or a woman, who's spent 40 years of their life investing in young people.
Look at Ishmael Davis last night winning and now making himself mandatory for the British. His story is incredible. Yeah. I think his bio on Instagram or Twitter is like, "I'm changing my life around," and that's what boxing does.
Yeah, yeah, it's extraordinary. It really is, and like I said, the people that coach have been affected, many of them, almost all of them, by boxing itself, and they know the value that it brings to young people. So yeah, I think it's a very important thing, and hats off to Matchroom for having a community program with Alex Legavelle. I spoke to Frank Warren after that piece in the Telegraph as well, where I said it was a disgrace about the grassroots not being supported by the government. And Frank said he's definitely going to lend his voice to support it as well. And you know, he does loads of work for charity as well. That isn't that Frank does a lot of things at a lot of grassroots level that isn't praised. But well done, Eddie, and well done, guys. Great time in British boxing right now.
Excuse me. Lastly, from me, because I know that you're a man who's got to bounce. You're seeing the WhatsApp notifications coming through. Dalton Smith looked pretty incredible last night. You would have seen what Eddie come out and said. Take the fight unless you're scared. Now, what I've been told firsthand is that Ben Shalom has WhatsApp Frank Smith saying that they don't want the fight, but they have not vacated the belt. What do you make of it all?
I think Adam Azim is not quite ready yet for Dalton Smith. I think he needs a couple more fights. That's my view. Dalton is a man with two great axes in his hands when he fights. Yeah, very good at chopping fighters down. He's a very big 140. I mean, I always struggle to believe he's only 140 pounds when he steps on those scales. By stopping Zepeda in the 5th round, obviously Zepeda's been in 3 world title fights. You know, not long ago he did 11 rounds with Regis Prograis. It just shows you where Dalton's at. I don't think Adam's there yet. That kind of, what is he, 21, Adam? He's not quite there. And I don't mean it in any disrespectful way. That man strength isn't there yet. And I think that might take another year and a half. But when those two meet, another massive British clash. Hopefully one of them will have a world title at that point.
And then Sandy Ryan, victorious.
Yeah, I had picked the outsider in this. I just favoured Terry Harper to try and get through 4 or 5 rounds and maybe outbox Sandy, but I was wrong. Terrific performance by Sandy. I'd spoken to her the week before. She's very, very powerful. She's relentless. And for a fighter in only her 9th pro fight, I think it is, great stuff. She needs to go and chase the winner of Lauren Price and Jessica McCaskill now.
I said
again, if Price beats McCaskill, massive fight with Sandy Ryan there.
Well, Gareth, you got to go?
Yeah.
Got to go. All right. Give me a little.
Right, do you want more? What more do you need?
Of course I want more, Gareth. Of course I want to sit and speak to you for hours about the sport that we both love.
See this shirt? It actually has a name.
Go on, what's the name of your shirt?
The name of this shirt, I didn't name it. It's called Trance.
Trance.
Trance. Yeah.
Why is your shirt called Trance?
The design.
Who named it? No, that's the label name, the brand name.
The brand named it Trance. There
Oh,
you go.
so they named the shirt Trance, or the brand is called Trance?
No, the brand is Carter.
Ah.
And the shirt, and I can't find another one. It's got holes in it. I've had it really. I put this on specially for the interview with you
My
tonight.
God. So if I see you on another channel doing an interview in the same shirt.
I'll change my shirt especially. This isn't a paid advertisement, so I'll see you next time. Sunday
See you
Club.
next time, my brother. Sunday Club. We're back. It used to be the Sunday Club, and then it was Monday. Anyway, I'm gonna let you do your thing. Give us a little vape, a little pose for the thumbnail. My brother. Gareth, thank you for speaking to us on the Stomping Ground.